Hello, hello, hello. Hello, dear subscribers. It is June 12th, and the name of this live stream is The Great Olive Oil Hunt, Part 2. So, the last live stream I did was about trying to find a quality olive oil if you're based in the United States of America. And I went ahead and went out and bought a new bottle of olive oil from the same shop that I did the last time. The name of the shop is L'Italie. Okay, you know what? I have a bag here so I can show you how it's spelled. Hang on. You see that? Italy. So it's spelled Eataly. It's founded in 2007, and the owner is named Oscar Farinetti, and he's from Torino. So I learned some things, and I'm going to recite them. Hey, hello. And I'm going to, then we're going to like get into this particular bottle of olive oil that I picked up last week, because I've already gone through the other one. Okay, so when I went to Italy in their olive oil section, they have a sign up which gives you some guidelines called choosing an extra virgin olive oil. So it says 4 ways to choose the right olive oil. When choosing olive oil, the 3 most important pieces of information to look for on the label are the harvest date, the olive cultivars, and the region from which it originates. So 1, you want to look at the age. The olive oil does not get better with age, so it's not like wine. Look for a harvest date on the label and use an open bottle within 3 to 5 months. An open bottle within 3 to 5 months. 2, cultivar. Like some grapes, different olives have unique characteristics, i.e. taste, color, aroma, and texture. Understanding the cultivar or type of olive used to produce the oil is important. So if you've ever been to a supermarket where they've got a section, an olive bar, you see that there are lots of different olives. And I am not going to pretend to be an expert on all the different olives that there are. I would love to take a deep dive into that, but this is something to bear in mind, apparently. 3, the region. The olives grown throughout Italy vary greatly. Let's see, it says where an olive tree grows also has a tremendous influence on the olive oil and the taste. So that makes sense. I guess if anyone here gardens, you know that depending on where you place your plants within your garden, some are going to do better than others. Hey Sharik, Mustafa, hello. Talking about olive oil again today, the great olive oil hunt. Yes, Led Zeppelin rocks. Major fan here, major fan. Okay, then 4, preferences. Each oil is completely unique. We encourage you to smell and taste our oils to determine how you'll best enjoy it at home. Our rule, eat what you like. Then the next part of this poster that they have in the store is, it's the great olive oil hunt here. That's what we're talking about today. Because people want to know, because Bernardo used olive oil to anoint his skin. That's why he had no wrinkles. He used it as a light pomade on his hair, and he also used it in his foot bath that he would do every night, along with the Epsom salt, which is why he had such soft skin on his feet as well. So the next part of this guide put out by Italy is Taste the Biodiversity. Italy can be divided into 3 different olive oil production zones: northern, central, and southern. Each region has its own distinctive flavor profile. So, northern, according to this, buttery, mellow, soft, delicate, nutty. The central region, which looks like it's the middle of the boot of Italy, grassy, herbaceous, pungent, and peppery. And then the southern region, fruity, vibrant, robust, and zesty. And then they give some suggestions of what it pairs well with. And then there's a quality assurance. So there's seals that you can look for on your bottle of olive oil if you're getting it from a place like Italy. I suppose you could look for them also in your supermarket. Quality assurance. So there's one seal which is called a DOP, which stands for if I can only read this, okay. Denominazione di origine protetta. All right, so the domain of origin, the protected domain of origin, otherwise known as DOP, and that is a yellow and red seal that says DOP in it, or it also will say DOP at the bottom. And then apparently there are 43 different DOPs in Italy, 43. And then there's another seal which is called IGP, and that basically means that the olives don't have to come, let me see if I can turn this around, that the olives don't have to come, only a portion of the olives have to come from the region from where the manufacturer, or the bottler is bottling the olives. So I guess you can outsource your olives, or you can get olives from other regions if you need to, or I guess perhaps within the same area, which makes sense. I suppose you could have a year where the harvest is not that good. Okay, so now this particular bottle of olive oil that I have not opened up yet, the brand is called Barbera, and this is from Sicily. So this is a southern region of Italy, and so according to this guide, it's going to have more of a fruity flavor to it. You'll see right here that it has the DOP seal. So that's the DOP seal. So that means that not all the olives that were used in this cold pressing, right? Remember, cold pressing extraction is important. You don't want to heat things, came from the same farm, right? From the same domain. It also, interestingly, has a USDA organic seal on it. I suppose people here feel reassured when they see that. But then the other thing I noticed is that there's the harvest date that's on the lid of the bottle, and there's also the suggested date of consumption. So remember, as I said in the beginning, that you are supposed to consume the olive oil between 3 and 5 months of opening it. So when I looked at the seal on this bottle, it says that the harvest date for this is 2022, 2023. So it doesn't actually give a precise month, which is interesting. I guess that's allowed. So if it says 2022, 2023, this is just a guess. I'm going to guess that this means that this was harvested at the end of the year. That's my best guess. Then underneath that, there's another date, which is basically saying that the best time to consume this olive oil after you open it is 2025. Multifacted, this olive oil comes from Italy. This olive oil comes exclusively from Italy. So that's why it's got this seal on it. I'm not using blended olive oils. As I mentioned in the last live video that I did about the great olive oil hunt, I'm using olive oil specifically from one shop which only imports products from Italy and Italy alone. Okay, so now I'm going to open this and check it out because I haven't. This comes in a tin can, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, I try and be thorough in my explanations. So there you go. And if you go back to the beginning of this, everyone who's commenting about single source in different countries, etc. If you go back to the beginning, you'll see that that's what I'm talking about here. So before you give your opinion, listen, okay? That's important. I know everyone wants to chime in because we all want to be recognized, and I recognize you, but I'm trying to give constructive information about this particular product, and it really would be great if people would watch the video from beginning to the end before just jumping in and making a comment. All right, so as I said, this particular olive oil was harvested, it says between 2022, 2023, and the best time to use it is before August 15th, 2025. Again, it is advised to use an olive oil within 3 to 5 months of opening the bottle. This is cold pressed, this is organic, and it has the seal on it saying that it comes from one particular domain. It's Barbera olive oil, but again, because it doesn't have the red seal on it, this seal means that they may have gotten olives from other places within the area. This olive oil comes from Sicily. All right, so I'm gonna try it now. It's got a nice green color. I must say it has a very, very nice aroma to it. You know, I've just noticed that when I buy olive oils from the supermarket, you know, a lot of times they don't smell like anything because they're dead already. I'm gonna taste this. It's smooth. It does taste fruity. It does taste a little peppery. I definitely am tasting kind of that pepperiness towards the back of my throat. So it's interesting when I try olive oil that you actually experience the taste, you know, not just like on the front of your tongue, but all the way to the back. So it is, in that sense, it is kind of like drinking a wine. The other thing that I noticed about the last bottle of olive oil that I got for our Great Olive Oil Hunt series is that I also put olive oil on my skin, just like Bernardo did, which is why I don't have any wrinkles. See, I'm 61 years old. I don't have any wrinkles. I have no wrinkles. I'm not using a filter, you know, on this. I don't have any wrinkles. So one thing I noticed though is that the quality or the smoothness of my skin actually improved by using a higher quality olive oil. That makes sense. So I don't really have anything else to say about this olive oil. I guess my question, and I guess the only way that I could find out, is by actually writing the producer, Barbera, to ask them what they mean by this harvest date, right? So it says 2022, 2023. So what does that mean exactly? Does that mean that this was harvested sometime between December and January in Sicily in the year 2022, transitioning to the year 2023? That is vague. Don't understand why there isn't a precise month on that. But they claim that their olives are actually picked by hand. So if they're picked by hand and they're picked along the coast, then that would explain why it would take so long. So I would imagine that they have a way of, kind of keeping the olives fresh or preserving them until the time that they're ready to do a cold extraction, you know, in a cold press. People will keep olives in brine. People will keep olives in olive oil. I don't know what they do, but I am going to put the information that I got off the description of their olive oil, this particular bottle of olive oil, in the description box, and you can read about that and maybe write them yourself, and you know, we can figure this out together. So that's the end of this video today, And I hope that you're all doing well. And I appreciate you being here. And thank you for qualifying your comment. Have met. Okay. Bye bye now. Have a great weekend or a great rest of your week.